class. Today we're looking at Chapter 7, Lesson 2, Angles and Parallel Lines. So carpenters must know about angles and parallel lines in order to make correct measurements and cuts. A line that intersects two other lines at different points is a transversal. Let's write that down. So transversal is a line that intersects two other lines at different points. Looking at the line below, this line is transversal. It's intersecting these other two lines at different points. Some pairs of angles formed by two lines and a transversal have special names. Our first one we're going to look at is a corresponding angle. A corresponding angle lies on the same side of the transversal and in corresponding points. So corresponding angle lies on the same side of the transversal and in corresponding points. So if we were looking at the angles above, corresponding angles would be angle 1 and angle 5. So 1 and 5 are corresponding angles, and 3 and 7 we also have angle 2, keep doing that, and 6. And last but not least, we have angle 4 and 8. Okay, so all of those are corresponding angles. However, alternate interior angles lie within a pair of lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. So alternate interior angles lie within a pair of lines and on opposite sides of the transversal. And so if we look at the diagram above, 1 and 4 are alternate interior angles, and 2 and 3. So we would write those angles 2 and angle 3, angle 1 and angle 4. Okay, so now we're going to look at identifying angles. So some of the corresponding angles in this, so right, this line is our transversal. These lines are parallel. Okay, so corresponding angles are going to be angles 1 and angle 3. Those are all that I'll write down, but also corresponding angles are 2 and 4, 5 and 7, 6 and 8. Now, interior angles are going to be angle 2 angle 2 and angle 7. Okay. So to be interior angles, it has to be inside the two parallel lines. So interior angles will only be inside here. Okay? So you try it. Identify each pair of angles as corresponding, alternate interior, or neither. Press pause, see what you can do, and then come back and see if you got them right. Okay, so you should have got that angle 3 and angle 6. They're on the interior, the inside, so they're alternate interior. Angle 5 and angle 7 are corresponding, right? They're on the same side and they're the same angle. And then we have angle 1 and angle 8. Although they might be the same angle, they are neither alternate interior or corresponding. Okay, so now let's look at transversal and parallel lines. So, when a transversal intersects two parallel lines corresponding angles are congruent, right? So congruent means the same, and alternate interior are congruent. So this is our line that is gracious. Does not want to erase. There we go. Okay, so this is transversal. These two L and M are parallel, and this is how it's written. Line L is parallel to M. These two lines like this, that means parallel. So this says when a transversal, so our pink one, intersects two parallel lines, corresponding angles are congruent. So that means that this angle pen is not liking me today. This angle is congruent. It's the same as this angle. And this angle is the same as this angle. And this angle is the same as this angle and those two angles. And these two this angle is the same as this angle. So we have four angles that are all the same. If we knew one of their measurements, we would know all of them. And this one, this one, this one, and this one are all the same. Congruent means the same. So, a carpenter wants to make the hat rack at the left and needs to find all the angle measurements. He knows that line R is parallel to line S. So here's line R is parallel to line S. And the measurement of 4 is 63 degrees. What is the measurement of 5 in degrees? So, if we know that 4 is 63 degrees, then we know that 5 is also 63 degrees. So the correct answer is 63 degrees. So now continuing to look at this, in example 2, so that's what this is, measurement 3 is 117 degrees. Find the measurement of 6 and 7. Well, here's 3, and we know that this is also an just forgot what it was called, is a corresponding angle. So we know that the measurement of 7 equals 107 degrees. And then if you look, the measurement of 6 is going to be the same as 7. So the measurement of 6 also equals 117 degrees. Okay, so identifying parallel lines. In the diagram up top here, the measurement of M, or the measurement of 1, is 60 degrees. The measurement of 2 is 60 degrees. The measurement of 3 is 60 degrees. Explain how you know that this is how you write the lines. LP, so that's line LP, so that would be this one, is parallel to line MN and LM is parallel to PN. Oh, sorry, parallel PN are congruent corresponding angles. Therefore, line LM is parallel to PN because angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. Right? So we know that angle 1, angle 2 are congruent. That means they are the same. So we can also see if 3 is 60 degrees, this one right here is not marked, but guess what? It's going to be 60 degrees too. And if we know that this is 60 degrees and we wanted to figure out what this one was, right? This is a straight line. What do we know about straight lines? Straight lines equal 180 degrees. So if we take 60 away from 180, this is going to be equal to 120 degrees. So now look at this one. You try. Okay. Transversal T is perpendicular to lines L and M. Explain how you know that. Just put down what you think you know. Come back and let's check it out. Okay, so I put the measure of angle formed by T on both lines are 90 degrees. Since pairs of corresponding angles are congruent, means the pairs are the same, the lines have to be parallel. So the reasoning used in example 3 is called deductive reasoning. That's the logical process of drawing conclusions. Your homework for today is page 220 and 221, number 1 through 27 odd. Happy homeworking!